Hi guys, happy Sunday from Melanie and I here at Surrey Hills Farm. And we're not at our farm today
No, we're not.
at the moment. We are actually up the road at a really nice vineyard, literally right around the corner from us, called Haze Gray.
It's your little sign you can barely see.
Yeah, that's their flag right there, and that's their vineyard back there. And yeah, it's very nice. So they're going to
They've been picking grapes all week long.
Yeah, they're in harvest season, which is great for them. Hopefully the rain hauls off for everybody, including us, to cut hay. So fingers crossed. Me and Shane did a trial with our mower today, and it did a beautiful job. Yes, we are very excited. So hopefully we will be cutting hay and baling this week. For the next 2 weeks, actually. I think weather's going to cooperate with us for a while, so we're excited about that. But yeah, so we had a pretty eventful week. I did anyway. I was out of town and went to my dad's, and I got to help my dad get my mom situated in her new home. So my mom has dementia, and she has gotten to the point where she doesn't really remember really very many people other than my dad and a couple others. And so it was just time. My dad had done a phenomenal job taking care of her and meeting her needs for many years. And it's gotten to the point where, you know, he doesn't have the capability or the knowledge of knowing what she needs for the care for where she's at. And so he investigated some few places, and he picked a place and got to go there and meet the people, and I loved the people. Great place. I have no idea what the name of it is, but wonderful. I love the lady, the director there. She was just so pleasant. So got to be a part of that with my dad, which felt great. I think my dad needed that. I needed it. And it was really good to be there for him and to help him through this process. So, so that was
And to get a bit of a break.
Yeah, it was actually, a great break. I drove down, which was wonderful, and the drive and everything was wonderful. And I got to spend some really great time with God. He gave me way more than what I needed to handle, that's for sure. So I am trying to process everything in different bits and pieces, but yeah, he flooded me big time, and it's been a really, really long time since I've heard from God in that way. So yeah, all the way around, I had a pretty good week and eventful. And Melanie went down the Fort Farm.
We have a lot of kids that do that for us.
Yeah, they
it's
are.
Kind of nice.
They have gotten to the point. They are very responsible. They are.
We probably need to tell them that more often.
Yeah, we really,
I think that
we need to.
You know, they do so much more than a lot of kids out there, and we probably need to tell them more often instead of. But we spend most of our time pushing for more because we know they can. We've seen what they can do, and
yeah,
it's.
But I will say, we were not on them like we used to be.
No, not at all. Absolutely not.
We can trust that they can go out and they can do what needs to be done, and the animals are taken care of. So I mean, you still have to go behind, you know, and just double check, but.
And Grace, y'all, you just wouldn't believe what this little teensy package can do. She's amazing.
Yeah, she has definitely gone through some major maturing over the last few weeks.
And I think she's growing inside and out in her mind and her heart, and sometimes I don't think she knows what to do with it all. I think we do that too sometimes. We just don't realize it.
Yeah. Yeah, but God is, he's doing some really incredible stuff in her right now, and it is just showing through. She had a breakdown this morning, which I thought was beautiful. No idea where it came from, but they're going off to church, and she didn't get to say bye. She didn't get to give Alyssa a hug.
She was being very specific about all these hugs.
So
Alyssa had already gone,
and so it was like, well, they're just going to church. They'll be back in a little while. It's not that big of a deal. So I thought they had left, and me and Shane are in there. Our church isn't. It's happening, but it's not happening to the point where our kids can go. So we do it online or listen to them online. So we were doing that, and we're watching Grace, and she's like at the door looking out the window, and she's moving around, and she's just acting funny. And I'm like, what is she doing? And then she bolts out the door, and then Shane gets up and bolts out after her, and and fusses at her to get back inside. And so she comes inside, and she's like all upset, and I'm like, well, I thought that they had left. Well, they were pulling out, and she realized it, and she ran after the car to say goodbye. And so she was all crying and all tears and everything. And then Alyssa sent her a really nice little message of Marco Polo, that she would give her a big hug when she got back and stuff. So Grace had to go through her meltdown and cry and all that. And then she was able to give Alyssa a message. But yeah, so
these are two kids that, I guess, really out of all of ours, they're the ones that butt heads the most.
Yeah, they struggle. Alyssa struggles, and then it reflects onto Grace. And I don't think Grace really understands, where Alyssa comes from. I don't think Alyssa understands where Alyssa comes from. So it is this really awkward relationship between them, and I think Grace, Grace is very forgiving of Alyssa when Alyssa acts certain ways and stuff. She's expressed that many times of, I'll, fuss at Alyssa for acting a certain way towards Grace, and Grace will like, Mom, I forgive her, it's okay. And I'm like, all right, go tell her. And she'll go and she'll give her a big hug and say, I forgive you and I love you. And so that's the place that Grace is at. Alyssa will be able to
forgive herself because of all the forgiveness that Grace has extended.
Yeah, so, but it's just beautiful seeing them grow and mature and everything. So it's, I'm proud of them.
Yep.
Very, very proud of them.
And so God's working on me because I've been able to be proud of them even when they're not being really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, there has been a major shift in the home over very recently. They have just been really, really good, and there's not a lot of getting after them. And when we do, it's in a respectful manner. There's not even really much yelling going on. I don't know what God's doing, but he's doing some pretty awesome stuff. So, it's really, really good.
And you have a front porch, and a side porch, and a back porch.
I am completely closed in our house.
And you have doors.
I have doors.
They may not be right, but you have doors.
Yeah, they have to switch one around, but we have doors and all windows, so we are completely closed in, and we got to work on our deck, and we literally finished, other than the detailed little trim stuff, but we got all the deck down this weekend, so we were kind of weekend warriors, Shane and I, and the kids did a great job helping. It was really, really cool. We drilled the holes, and they would go and put the screws in, so the next person can come through and put the screws in, and Grace would sweep, and they cleaned up the inside of the house, started sweeping the rooms and stuff, and so it's really cool. So we are towards the end of our contractors, getting ready to get a rough-in inspection.
Yay.
Yeah, very soon, probably the next week, I'm hoping.
Maybe really soon we'll start building that.
Yeah, they're waiting for the bank to do what banks do.
They got caught in an endless loop this week for 2 days with the... Yeah, it's just messed up stuff.
It's a bank. It's a bank, and making sure they have their T's crossed and their I's dotted and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so you guys are really close.
Yep, we're super duper close. They were talking this week about moving closing date up. It's currently set for September 21st. But they may move it up a little bit. We'll
nice.
See. Yep, we're ready. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, so... and then they're getting ready to go on vacation the end of this week, and I have family coming in the end of this week, celebrating our wonderful holiday.
And all kinds of other stuff is kicking kind of back in, things that stopped because of COVID, and it's also the beginning of the year, school-wise, whatever. Seems like this is the time of year where we all had our physicals, so we're going. I think everybody has physicals.
Yeah, actually, Grace. Yeah, I just got a letter. Grace needs hers. And I'm like, oh.
So, We have co-op stuff to go to, and physicals to go to, and theater stuff to go to.
Yeah, and the kids start back. For our church, for the kids department, because it is an academy as well. So the academy's opened up. So now they are going to open up the Awanas on Wednesday night. So my kids get to start going back to Awana on Wednesday night. So they're very excited for that.
Because didn't they start something a couple of weeks back? Did that just not work out? I thought they were going to start something a couple of weeks back.
They started school.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah. So things are.
The animals are just hanging loose and doing. Well, George got a little bit of a rash.
Yeah, it's rain rot. So horses, the acid in the rain really affects horses' skin, and so so he's got some nasty stuff on him. So we're putting baby diaper cream on it.
Works.
Simplest stuff, right?
George is the one. If you've seen in the pictures or videos, he's
The brown and white.
He's a paint.
Yeah.
He's pretty
He's
beautiful.
very
He likes to
beautiful.
swing his mane around, and it gets really tangled up.
Yeah.
So he's but everybody else has kind of been hanging steady finally for a little while. It's been a rougher spring, summer as far as keeping everybody's bellies feeling good and all that stuff. So we've got some stuff coming up with the cows in September.
Yep.
That'll be out.
And then we'll start breeding our goats in October. And we are going to do the end of September, on the 20th actually, we are having our herd evaluated or appraised. We're having our herd appraised. And so through the American Goat Society, they will be coming down, and we have 2 other farms that are going to be joining and coming to our farm because we have the space. So the other 2 farms are bringing like 14 to 20 goats. So we are going to have a lot of goats. So we will definitely be videoing that throughout the day because it is going to be very exciting. So it's literally going to be an all-day process. So we're going to make sure our tattoos are good, get our goats nice and cleaned up and looking beautiful. And so we are going to have our herd appraised so that way we can actually really know what value that we have. We're trying to move things in the direction of having a high quality, from our herd to going into our product. And so this is just part of it that we want to do. So that happens at the end of this month or September.
You guys can be looking forward. I'm going to be going live and showing you about our products that we have, our soaps and our lotions right now. And we're also we're going to have to fix some tattoos. So we will, we're going to go live with that. It might be a little scary, but we're going to go live with that so you can see what we do. It's really a quick process. We work well together. We've done it a lot.
Yep. And the tattoos are to identify our herd. So one side of the ear is our herd name or where they came from, and the other side is their birth, the birth year, which is a letter, and then their number of that year from that farm. So that's what that means. So that way, wherever they wind up, people can know that this is where they came from, and this is when they were born.
What else we got? If you haven't seen, which you should have seen by now, we have a deer family that's actually living in our pasture. I can't say the word pasture.
So I took a little video, so I will attach that to this. But yeah, we have a little family.
They're really cute.
Yeah, 3 little baby deer.
There's some teenagers in there and a mom. We haven't seen dad.
No,
But they're super cute.
they are.
They're kind of getting used to us. So like we come around the corner and they just kind of stare at us.
So
for a
now they
while.
just stand there. Yeah, they don't run immediately anymore. So, but yeah, it's cool. It's awesome. Flies.
Yeah, there's some flies around here. Well, they actually behind, we're actually facing their building right now so that you guys could see the vineyard. But behind their building, they have Black Angus. And they're beautiful. Of course, I looked out when we first came. I could only see one of them. So otherwise, we'd take you around there and show you. Met some really nice people here. Just a really nice winery. And they actually donate... from each bottle of wine that's sold, they donate to the Wounded Warriors Project. Something to do with vets, right?
Yeah, veterans, yeah.
So, really nice people.
Very, very nice.
We like supporting what they're doing. And Tara came out while I was gone and had cannoli.
I did, yep. So we had the cannoli man was here, so I went and picked those up. And then also I was here with my friend Kimberly and her mom, and we had brought a little cheese tray of our cheese, and so I let the owners try our cheese. So when we are to that point of getting the parlor done and are processing our cheese, then we get to sell our cheese here. And we want to be a part of buying some of our cheese to kind of go with their wine. So we're making connections. It's just that part of the marketing into the growing and getting ourselves that way when we're ready. There's another one. It's a lot more noisier here than it is at home. So
it's a Sunday afternoon. People are taking a drive, and as you can see, we are
right on the road.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Tobacco over there. It's too late for tobacco, isn't it?
Well, not in a rainy season.
Yeah, we've had a lot of rain. We had too much rain.
Yeah, it is definitely put a little bit of a burden on a lot of the crops here because of the amount of rain that we've had. And it seems like it's just kind of our area that, like, literally every day, the entire summer, there has been rain. Literally every day. So.
Hey, can I have a fly in my wine? Come on out, guy. There you go.
Right there? Okay, put your flag behind
So,
it.
what else do we have going on at the farm? If you do come to the area to visit us, of course, we do recommend Haze Gray. We'll probably make a video at some point in time and just tell you all about all the wineries that we have around here. We actually have one right next door to where we live. That is just going to be opening up for their first tasting this year.
Thank you very much.
So the area is growing. We are in, it's called the Yadkin Valley. And so it is very rich soil, perfect for vineyards. Kind of no different than the Napa Valley in California, and also the same as what you would have in Italy. So this soil kind of just makes its way around the world, I guess. And yeah, so one of the local vineyards, Shelton, which is very popular here, they actually, two really good friends, did a lot of investigating and realized the area, and so they pretty much have developed this area to make it what it is. And so we're just in the midst of it and being a part of it, so that way we can have, when people come to visit the area, which is so beautiful, and there's so many different things to do between the rivers and the hiking. There's the vineyards and the small towns, and there's a lot to do here. So if you are looking for a place to kind of get away, this is a really, really great place to come. And very, very soon we will be having cabins, so that way you guys can come and rent cabins from us to stay. But yes.
Because if you've seen our first videos, you know that that's kind of what brought us here originally, was we came and spent a girls' weekend and went to several of the wineries. There's just so many, and there's just more and more popping up all the time. So it's definitely a long weekend if you want to come and do all the wineries. We've yet to do all the wineries, so it's just, there's a lot, but it's beautiful and it's awesome, and the people that we've met is just incredible, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this being right here, we don't even have to get on a main road to get to this one, so it's a nice Sunday afternoon retreat for us. We usually have music out here on the deck. Very nice.
Yeah. It's a great place. Great place. And hopefully we'll get to the point where we are having little entertainment and stuff when we have guests and different things. So we'll just kind of see what God has in store for us in the future coming. But yeah, we are at the exiting of a season and into the entering of a new season, actually. So So between our houses being built and getting that cabin up and going, we will be making a big shift between just farming animals to the hospitality side of serving guests. So
I'm ready for that.
yeah,
I'm ready.
yeah, we are.
We like people.
We do. We love people coming to visit and just getting away and
And we're going to be ready to start farm tours.
Yep.
That's right in the midst of all that happening, and I think that'll be really great too.
yeah. So beginning of next year, will definitely be some things happening, for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Which means we'll need to visit here more so we can relax a little.
Yes. We'll bring our guests with us.
It's a great idea. So I guess that's about it.
Yeah,
This
I think
time.
so.
But we look forward to all of your questions, and we will get to you, answer them, and just look forward to talking to you again sometime real soon.
All right. Thank
We
you
hope
guys.
have a great day.
Have a great rest of your week.